ॐ प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। Vibhuti Yoga helps us understand God in much better way than otherwise. If we had not been educated on who God is, in what ways He expresses Himself in our life, we would not be having the right devotion to the Supreme Power. In spirituality, to have the right understanding and the right feeling about God, about, if not God, our own spiritual potential can be, not having that understanding can be a great obstacle. In fact, vast number of people on the earth are not spiritual because they have no idea what they are missing. They have no idea who that supreme God principle is. Therefore, some jnana, some knowledge about God's glories is extremely important. Thus, this 10th chapter serves the purpose of helping us increase our understanding of God. So, last time we saw Arjuna expressing his desire to see or to know. Here it is more to know. In the next chapter, he sees the Vishwarupa Darshana. That's another way to further enhance the devotion that a devotee may have. So, in the 18th shloka that we are going to enter, we saw the 17th. Katham vidyamaham yogin tvam sada parichintayan. Hey yogin, Arjuna addresses Sri Krishna as yogi. He is the supreme yogi above all others. Tvam katham vidyam. Vidyam here means would know. How would I know you? How would I know you as even I try to think of you all the time? Give me such knowledge whereby it helps me think, contemplate on you all the time. And if I have been contemplating anyhow, the knowledge you will give me will make me contemplate in a far better way. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyaha asi. How, in what various forms, in what diverse ways it is possible to think about you. Hey Bhagavan. So in the second half, Arjuna addresses Sri Krishna as Bhagavan. When you address Bhagavan, it becomes Bhagavan. O revered Lord, keshu keshu cha bhaveshu maya chintyaha asi. That is what I called grammatically potential passive participle. How are you to be thought about by me? Of course, to make it simpler, how am I to think of you in numerous ways, in numerous forms? Thus, Tintyaha, Shankaracharya says, Dhyeyaha. Dhyeyaha means to meditate on. How am I to meditate on you? Tell me multiple ways, for our mind requires multiple ways to contemplate on God. Our mind cannot bear monotony in food, in entertainment, the kind of dress we wear, in millions of things we do in life, we need some variety, some change. That's how we get going. In spirituality also, we need to be going stronger and stronger, deepening our understanding of the supreme truth. Therefore, tell me the various ways in which I can meditate upon you. Chintyaha of the shloka proper is given as Dhyeyaha by Sri Shankaracharya. One last verse in the mouth of Arjuna, 18th we read today, or this morning in India, or this evening, Tuesday evening in the West. In this 217th class, in this Gita series, we will now see 10th chapter, 18th shloka. Arjuna says again, Vistarenatmano yogam vibhutincha janardana bhuya kathaya truptirhi shrunvato nasti me mritam. Vistarena, in great detail. Vistara means expanding. Sankocha is contraction. Sankocha, Sangraha, Sankshepa mean tell very briefly. Vistarena, tell in as much possible detail as possible. Vistarena Atmanaha Yogam. Yogaishwarya Shakti Vishesham Vibhutincha. So when both the words are used, yoga, as said before, is God's capacity to make things happen. Ghatana Samarthyam. He can make anything happen. If God wants, He can make an apple tree to give oranges. He can make the world, the universe function as per a new set of laws. Gravity, magnetism, electricity, all of them can function through new rules, new forms, new formulae, new equations, if God wants. That is his yoga. As far as possible or normally, the rules do not change. But God is above the rules. That is the point we must have in our mind. God can change the operating system of this entire universe. God can make us also change overnight. As is said in the Dhyana Shloka, a dumb person can become a wonderful orator, and someone who is lame, who can't walk even a mile with ease, can go and climb mountains. Vistaren Atmano Yogam. Shankaracharya says, yoga means Yogaishwarya Shakti Vishesham. Then Vibhutincha, various manifestations, glories, Vibhuti, Vaibhava, He Janardana. So, Janardana is a well-known name of Bhagavan Vishnu, and it is made of two parts, Jana and Ardana. Ardatehe Gati Karmanaha Rupam. So, Ard is a verbal root, it becomes Ardana, and it means Gati, going. And when the meaning going is given, it can be in its primitive form to go, or it can be in its causal form to make something go. Gam can become Gachati, or Gam can become Gamayati. To make something go means to lead. Therefore, we have the prayer Asatoma Sad Gamaya. Lead me from false to the truth. So, giving this etymology, how a word is formed, Bhashyakara Sri Shankaracharya says, Ardatehe Gati Karmana Rupam. It is Gati karma. So, it's a singular Gati karmana. It's in the meaning of the act of going or the act of leading. If it were Gati and Karma, then the grammar would have been in the Bhashya, Gati Karma Noho, Shashti Dvivachana. But there is this Ekavachana here, Gati Karmana. But Gati itself, the karma of Gati, the action of going or leading, is interpreted in two ways by Sri Shankaracharya. One is take Ardha Dhatu to mean to go or to lead, as God is the one who makes demons go to Naraka, hell. Asuranam Narakadi Gamayitratvat. So Gam can become Gachati or Gamayati. So Gamayitra, not Gantra. Gantra means one who goes, and Gamayitra means one who makes somebody go. So causing the demons to go to hell for all their sinful deeds. Deva Pratipaksha Bhutana. Demons are always against gods. Pratipaksha is the opposite party. Paksha and Pratipaksha. Deva Pratipaksha Bhutanam Jananam, referring to Asura or elsewhere Rakshasa, Narakadi Gamayitvat. That is Janardana. So Jana plus Ardhana. Which Jana are meant? Jana means beings, people. Which people? The demonic people. And Ardhana is Bhagavan Vishnu sends them to Naraka to learn their lessons and get better. It's a correctional facility, Naraka also. It's not really punishment alone. They should change their minds. They should let go of their wrong ways. Then, second meaning is Abhyudaya Nishreyasa Purushartha Prayojanam Sarvaihi Janaihi Yachyate Itiva. So, Gam, in an extended sense, can mean to go to God to beg for something. Yach is to beg, is to ask for something. So, Janaihi Yachyate. Please see again, the word Janardana, the compound has two parts, Jana and Ardhana. Jana is people, not demons here in the second meaning. And Ardhana is going forward, going to ask for something. Therefore, people, good people, pious people, people on the spiritual path, Jana, Ardhana, they ask for what? Abhyudaya and Nishreyas. From merely seeking Artha and Kama, we can go on a little higher stage. We graduate from merely seeking wealth and pleasure, Artha Kama. Most lives are spent away in seeking pleasure and possessions. Pleasure and possessions are part of life, everyone needs to an extent, but if people are caught up in only them and have no time left for dharma and moksha, it is unfortunate. Therefore, Abhyudaya is dharma, because through dharma, outwardly and inwardly, we go stronger and stronger. Through dharma, through vidya, through various values, dhritikshama, asteyam, shaucham, shamaha, indriya nigraha, and so on. There's a famous sloka in Manusmriti. It gives 10 human values. Satyam, akrodaha, and so on. Vidya also is one, constantly studying scriptures and enhancing our knowledge. If we are into all those, then dharma in us grows. So, Dashakam Dharma Lakshanam. That's a famous shloka in Manusmriti and in couple of other smritis also. Manusmriti has 90% of it giving a lot of guidance to right living, to grow spiritually, to understand God's glory, to understand how creation came into being, and all those. 10%, I don't know, I have also not studied fully. In fact, 99.9% Hindus have not studied Manusmriti. Even most people who condemn Manusmriti, who burn Manusmriti in the open, they have not studied. Just I came across a little YouTube video other day. Again, there was no time for me to watch the whole 1 hour video, but a learned scholar who lives in Mumbai, I know about him. I think some Mishra. He is a professional working for some IT company or bank or something. I even have one of his other books. But he is so active. Some people are amazing. It's all God's gift. Even though they have a full-fledged profession, they go on writing books. How they manage time, how they produce is another question. But this Mishra or Shukla has written, and the first thing he says, and I laughed and closed the video because I had other things to do. He says, most people who praise Manusmriti also have not studied fully. Most people who have criticized, condemned, and burned Manusmriti in processions and whatnot have also not studied Manusmriti fully. Just they pick up one line, not even a full shloka at times, and that is enough for them to go about their activism, to go about getting funding for certain, you know, either pro upper class or anti upper class. There are so many things going on in the society, as you know. So if you praise upper caste people, there are agencies which fund you. There are ashrams who invite you and honor you. If you praise, you know, you don't praise. You condemn upper caste and you make fiery speeches. There are lobbies not only in India but internationally. Don't be surprised if other religious organizations, not Hindu, they start funding you. We'll give you more money. Say more like that. Condemn Hinduism. Pull Hinduism down, etc. So whatever. So this Mishra uh, says very humorously as well as a matter of fact. Then I smiled. I also have studied probably a couple of hundred shlokas out of some 2000 shlokas which are there in Manusmriti, spread across 12 chapters. I have on and off studied bits and pieces, given some lectures too. Anyway, this author says, then very proudly, that's the best part of it. He says, I am going to now talk on Manusmriti, and I, in a way, have more right to do so than anybody else. I have gone through every shloka of the entire Manusmriti several times, he says. I said, hats off to this man. Some people doing PhD, etc., may go through Manusmriti fully because that is their PhD thesis they have to do more as an academic responsibility. Uh, haven't most of us read a lot to pass exams? Once the exams are over in our Indian education system, at least how it was decades ago, I don't know whether there is significant change now, but in our good old times, we had to study about history and geography and you know many subjects, and we had to learn what they grow in Sweden or Norway, what minerals are available in African countries. We used to memorize because questions would be asked. What is the main resource in South Africa? We had to write gold and other things. Otherwise, they are least interested what is available in South Africa. But we pass exams. So some PhD students for whom Manusmriti might have been the subject, either they may be writing a thesis condemning Manusmriti or praising Manusmriti. They might have studied, but most people have not studied. And yet, it is the sad part. They join various movements. That is so with many other causes also. If I may, I'm tempted to say nowadays lot of processions are held and videos come. A procession is held against either Congress or BJP. Let's say we are not taking any side. You take a microphone and go to those members participating in the procession and ask them, you are joining this procession, you are holding some placards. Just can you tell me what it is about? Large number of people participating in these processions don't know. They say, we have one leader who asked us to join and they paid us bus fare. They are giving us also some money. Hold the placards. And when we are told, say Jindabad, we must say Jindabad. When we are told when to say Murdabad, we have to say Murdabad. What the actual matter is, we do not know. That is the sad state of affairs of much of this world, majority of this world. Anyway, coming back, Dharma Lakshanam made me go to Manusmriti and some general comments. I am no expert on Manusmriti. I am also very curious to know more about that age-old text. Anyway, coming back, Dharma Lakshanam. I would connect growing in Dharma. Dhitikshama asteyam shamaha shaucham indriya nigraha dhir vidya then satyam akrodaha. Maybe I mentioned 10. Dashakam dharma lakshanam. That's the much quoted shloka on what is dharma. Then it can do wonders. When you and I grow in dharma, in living the noble human values, in our work outside, we are prompt, we are clean, we are efficient, we are effective, we are responsible, and in our own self handling, in our own managing our impulses, our emotions, managing our personal life, even when nobody is watching us, how we behave, how much we eat, where we stop. In everything, we grow tremendously. That is dharma. And then definitely there will be abhyudaya. Sometimes because of some prarabdha, though we are very deserving, during a certain phase of life, the world may neglect us, we may become poor, nobody cares for us. That's a passing phase. Very soon, through that adversity, women and men come out and then they create history. This faith we must have. The spiritual science says, Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. Bhagavad Gita, I'm not quoting from anywhere else. In the ninth chapter, we saw someone who does good cannot perish. I am with them. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. So, abhyudaya and nishreyasa. For nishreyasa is moksha. See, this is the large plan. Through, through right living, through noble living, not being carried away by this lobby or that lobby. Don't be carried away by BJP, don't be carried away by Congress. Temporarily, at a given point of time, support whichever party appeals to you, but go on inquiring who is doing right, who is doing wrong, who is corrupt, who is honest. Just because somebody represents a certain party, he may not be honest. And sometimes I don't want to mention any name, sometimes we take somebody to be very honest and we vote him, he comes to power. And then we come to know the amount of corruption he gets into. What happened to him? Was he dishonest then also? Or did he become dishonest later? Questions arise. And sometimes it is also believed in this very cruel world of ours, an honest man is made to do wrong things by various agencies around the world, by threatening him and sometimes by tempting him beyond certain limit where he can withhold. through temptations and through threats, an honest man is made to do wrong things. Of course, spiritually speaking, he doesn't have the unshakable integrity in him. There is a saying: every man has a price. To give somebody 10,000, he doesn't budge. 10 lakhs, he doesn't budge. Give 10 crores, then see. That man may drop everything and just do what you want to do. Because people are under various pressures. They need money, they need. Anyway, I need not make a long commentary on that. But the idea is from Abhyudaya, you become a glorious achiever outside and inside. And Nishreyasa is once for all. As they say, Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti and Paramananda Prapti. That is Moksha Lakshana. Abhyudaya Nishreyasa Purushartha Prayojanam Sarvaihi Janaihi Yachyate iti va. So for the sake of Abhyudaya and Nishreyasa, for significant growth in dharma and then attainment of moksha, Janaihi Yachyate. Vishnu is the one who is prayed to, who is the object of their worship. Janaihi Yachyate. So Jana Ardana. Janaihi Yachyate. Bhuyaha Purva Muktamapi Kathaya. Arjuna makes an earnest appeal. He admits, Sri Krishna, you have said before, but Bhuyaha. Bhuyaha in Sanskrit means Punaha. Bhuyo Bhuyaha means Punah Punaha. Again and again. Purva Muktamapi Bhuyaha Kathaya. And what a beautiful way of Arjuna admitting, the more I hear, I wish to hear more. I don't get content at all. What you are saying is so wonderful. Please tell me more. Shrunvataha mama, to me who is listening for quite a while now, Shrunvataha mama, truptihi na asti. I do not feel. Paritosha, Bhashyakara gives a synonym. Paritosha is, oh, that's enough, thank you. I'm happy, thank you very much. Let's get down to some other work now. No, Arjuna wants to hear more. Truptihi paritoshaha yasmat nasti me mama shrunvataha tvan mukha nisruta vakyamrutam. The nectar of vakya sentences, nisruta, that has come out from mukha, the mouth of tvat, you. Many a time Sanskrit compounds to explain require the last word to be taken first in English. English especially. English syntax and the syntax of Indian languages typically are like that, goes backwards. Tanmukha nisrata vakyamrutam. The 5 words to be explained require backward. The nectar of sentences that came out from the face of yours or the mouth of yours are such that as I hear them, rather than feeling, well, that is enough now, I feel I must hear more. I must know more. Thus, not only the teacher here inspires the student inspires the teacher to speak more. And then begins the very fabulous teaching of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna begins with their introductory lines, but the actual vibhaktis, not vibhakti, vibhutis, the actual vibhuti glories start in the 20th. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Antate Katayishyami Divya Hyatma Vibhutayah Pradhanyatah Kuru Shrestha Nastyanto Vistarasya Me. Anta is an exclamation. Anta is a word which doesn't have any other meaning than saying or making a sound which says, look, it is surprise or it is great appreciation. It is great excitement. Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself is excited to explain to Arjuna what his glories are. Katayishyami tubhyam. To you I shall narrate now. Divyaha hi atma vibhutaya. These are all a little bit of liberty in grammar that Vedavyasa takes. Vibhuti as the object of Katayishyami should go in second case. Therefore it should be Vibhutihi. Matihi mati matayaha matim mati matihi. Second case plural. But he says, Divyaha, I think I talked about it last time also, giving the example of Annapurna Stotra, maybe on this only. Atma Vibhutaya, let's not worry about grammar. I will tell you now, my own, Atma is my own glories, which are Divya, Divi Bhava, which are with heaven as their origin. Divi means in the heaven. You see the Bhashya, it says Divya means Divi Bhava. Atma Vibhutihi Katayishyami. Pradhanyataha, and I will pick up the main ones. Kurushreshta. Both Kauravas and Pandavas come from Kuru Vamsha. Therefore, though Dhritarashtra's sons are generally referred to Kaurava, in a sense, Pandavas also Kauravas, but the usage, the custom for more we find these 100 sons of Dhritarashtra are referred as Kauravas. Pandu's sons are called Pandavas. In fact, if Pandu's sons are called Pandavas, Dhritarashtra's sons should have been called Dhartarashtra. So, first chapter has one expression, Dhartarashtrasya Durbuddhehe, referring to Duryodhana. Not only Duryodhana is Dhartarashtra, the other 99, and maybe a couple of daughters also, I don't know. Dhritarashtra's children are Dhartarashtras. Pandu's children are Pandavas. But somehow, some elders must have set the example. They went on calling Dhritarashtra's children Kauravas. And somehow they did not address Pandu's children as Kauravas because all are from Kuru dynasty. So Kuru Shrestha, Sri Krishna, however, breaks the custom and calls Arjuna without any hesitation. Oh Arjuna, oh the best among the descendants of Kuru, Pradhanyataha Katayishyami, I will tell you. For really speaking, if I try to tell you all the vibhutis, all the glories of mine, antaha nasti. Vistarasya, vistara is in detail. Going into it in detail has no end. Therefore, let me tell you the main ones. So this is just a preface. It's like a foreword in a book. I will tell you. He will begin telling in the 20th verse. But to see quickly Shankaracharya's commentary, Bhashya, Hanta, no explanation given. As I said already, Hanta is an exclamation of excitement. Idanim, at this moment now, te means Tubhyam, Divyaha, Divi Bhavaha, Atma Vibhutayaha, Atmano Mama Vibhutayaha, Yaha, Taha. So the grammar issue Shankaracharya handles by adding that Ya Mama Vibhutayaha Taha Katesha. I think I had said it. I asked a scholar how Annapurna Stotra, all are in Pratama Vibhakti. And then we say, I salute Annapurna. That requires second case. Nityananda Kari, Varabhaya Kari, etc. Saundarya Ratnakari, all are Pratama Vibhakti. And but the Miksham Dehi, there it should have been Sambodhana, not Dvitiya. You are addressing her, oh mother, that is Sambodhana, but all are in Prathama Vibhakti. So that Pandit, principal of a college in Bangalore, explained to me, he was a Sanskrit scholar, he explained to me, all right, do this way, the stotra cannot be wrong. All of them are in Prathama Vibhakti, but you need Sambodhana for the sentence. So take them all and then say, O mother of such description, you are this, you are this, you are this. It requires Prathama Vibhakti. When you say, you constantly give us happiness. Tvam Nityananda Kari Asi. You give us boons, you give us Abhaya, Vara Abhayam Kari Asi. So you are all this. That requires Prathama Vibhakti. Then, oh, hey Mataha, Ya Evam Asi. You who are that way, please give me Diksha. Diksham Dehi Karavalambana Kari Mata Annapurneshwari. Even that Mata Annapurneshwari is in Prathama Vibhakti there. So anybody who thinks a little on grammar will have that doubt. When you are saying, oh mother, give me Diksha, Mata should be Mataha. And Annapurneshwari should be Annapurneshwari short, not Dirgha. Because Nadi Shabda, Sambodhana Vibhakti, it becomes short. Nadi is Dirgha. Nadi Nadya Nadya, then Hey Nadi short. But these are all, if you are a student of Sanskrit, I know 90% of the listeners here are not so much into Sanskrit. You may even find this rather irrelevant, but these issues come. If a speaker makes some grammar errors in English, when he is speaking, you would say, how can he say that? How did he say that? And so on. So that's the issue. So Shankara sorts it out. Atmana mama vibhutaya pratama vibhakti. Yaha, that is also pratama vibhakti. Taha kataishyami. This taha is Dvitiya vibhakti. I will tell them which are my glories. Ityeta. Probably without explicitly mentioning some other places he mentions atra vibhaktehe vyatyayaha. There is a bit of a twist in the vibhakti here in Bhashyas he mentions. But he makes the correction. Yaha, then taha. Yaha is second case. Sorry, yaha is first case in which the shloka goes. Taha is what is required. So I will tell those glories. Pradhanyata yatra yatra pradhanaha yaya vibhuti. Whatever glory is in whichever context, yatra means in whichever context is prominent. Tam tam. See, tam is the singular of taha. That is the second case. Though taha is first case also, you know by heart. Sa te taha, ta te, tam te taha. So Pratama Bahuvachana also is taha, Dvitiya Bahuvachana also is taha. So singular, it differs. Pratama Ekavachana is ta, sa, and Dvitiya Ekavachana is tam. Tam tam pradhanam pradhanyatah katayishyami aham purushreshta. Asheshadastu varsha shatevapi shatenapi na shakyah vaktu. Even in 100 years, na shakyah. All the vibhutis are not possible to narrate. Krishna mentions it is endless. In the shloka it is na asti antaha. In the Bhashya, varsha shatena api vaktum na shakyaha taha vibhutaya. Yataha nasti antaha vistarasya me mama vibhutinam ityartha. That is simple straight from the shloka. Now we go to the first shloka. Let's touch upon it in this class. And I have mentioned it before, of all the 700 shlokas, Ramana Maharshi chose this 20th verse of the 10th chapter as the most wonderful shloka. No wonder he did it. We know how much focus he gave to the who am I inquiry. Aham. What is aham? Every one of us uses the word aham, I, feels that I, in our joys, in our sorrows, we look at that center. I am sad today. I am so happy today. I am glad. Many people begin their speech. I am happy, and then they don't know what to say about happiness. Hardly anything to be happy about. Sometimes mechanically they are. I am happy. Nowadays, WhatsApp messages. To begin, I am happy, I am glad. You wonder what is I am glad about. Then you erase it and you say, nice to know. That also what is nice to know. Sometimes there is nothing to nice to know. Then simply you write WhatsApp message. When you are not happy with whatever has come your way as some news, you just say, noted, just noted. I'm not saying whenever you write noted it is unhappy, but I'm saying if you feel I am happy cannot be the way to begin, you just say noted. Thank you for sending this information. So Sri Krishna begins this by saying aham. I am happy, I am sad, I am bored, I am lonely, I am thinking I am dying, I am failing, I am succeeding. Millions of thoughts rise in us, going around, revolving around aham. But what is this aham? Aham is the most important word in the vocabulary of every one of us in any language. Of course, the synonym for aham in other languages can be some other word. But whatever word in your chosen language stands for I, like in English it is I. Dr. Maharshi Ramana said, meditate on I. If you like, leave aside Rama and Krishna, Shiva and Devi. Meditate on I. I. He said the greatest mantra also is I. I. As you pay attention to I, a lot of secondary forms of I drop away. The secondary forms of I are the cause of sorrow. The pure I has no sorrow at all. But we have moved away from the pure I long back, and we have lost our way back. How to go back to the pure I, we do not. We are going in circles in false I, imagined I. According to Vedanta, whether you like it or not, to say I am a failure in life is one lie. To say I am a success in life is another lie. You are neither success nor failure. You are Satchit, blissful without an external cause. You don't need to become anybody. You don't need to build a 5-bedroom house. You don't need to build an ashram with 700 rooms. You don't need to go abroad, see Japan and France, Australia and New Zealand. You don't need to do anything at all. How wonderful Vedanta is. It doesn't just say, it gives you that understanding if you are patient. It gives you such understanding where you are unconditionally free. Unconditionally free. Incidentally, when J. Krishnamurti gave his historic speech in 1929, dissolving a worldwide organization that had been built around him within the Theosophical Society, the Star of the East, Order of the Star of the East. That's a very great speech. In fact, that speech deserves to enter into textbooks of English in high school, if not college. He has given, or he gave, a short speech which was so wonderful, which is so wonderful. There he says, my, maybe the word is slightly different, my goal in life is to set every man unconditionally free. To set a man unconditionally free was the goal he set before himself in a manner of saying, I should say in a manner of saying, because in real Vedanta, you don't set a goal. You live in freedom and good things, right things, wonderful things happen on their own. To set a goal and work towards it is one notch below. Maybe it fits into dharma, but in moksha, you don't have a particular goal. You are ready to go if need be. Next moment, pack up and go. You are ready to live 100 years, even if it means you are sick and old and weak and unpopular and not wanted by anybody. Who cares? You are in your own natural bliss. You noticed when people honored you, you noticed, but remained unmoved. When people insult you, people leave you, people don't even give you a meal, you notice and inwardly remain unmoved. Outwardly, 2 tears may drop. That is all Prakriti's behavior. That's what Vedanta says. Vedanta is an extraordinary subject. The Upanishadic wisdom says, inwardly you can remain unshaken. That is called Atmanishta. Atmanishta alone can set you free totally. Mochayet sakalan bandhan Atmanishta eva kevalam is a punchline in Ramana Gita, very first chapter of Ramana Gita, not Krishna's Gita. There's one more, Ramana Gita. Anyway, about that aham, about that I, which alas is lost to us. We are trapped in a false I, which is popularly or unpopularly called ego. About that true I, this 20th verse has this to say. Ahamatma gudakesha sarvabhutashayastitah ahamadischa madhyancha bhutanam anta eva cha. Shankara introduces it, Tatra Pratamam Eva Tavat Shruti. Arjuna, listen to, among all the glories that I am going to narrate, listen to the first one, Pratamam Eva. Tavat. Tavat just means for now, for the present. As of now, listen to this. Then I will tell you more. Aham Atma Gudakesha. Krishna announces, you feel a sense of I am that I. That ant feels a sense of I am that I. Wherever anybody in the heaven, on the earth, or in the nether worlds, wherever one says I, that I is Bhagavan, is Sri Krishna, is Mahavishnu. Paramatma is in everyone's heart. In what form? As the pure I. Aham Atma Gudakesh. This itself is a beautiful statement, leave alone the other 3/4 of the shloka. God saying, I am the I in you, and you are not seeing me. On me, who is throbbing in your bosom as I, you have made many superimpositions. You have belittled the pure I, which is infinite in its nature. Aham Atma, I am the Atma. Swami Shivananda has said somewhere, think of God as present in your heart. Let God's name be on your lips. Let God's let God be in as thought in your mind. Let God be, let God's love be in your being. Maya then cannot touch you. Powerful statement. Let me repeat without some wrong words coming in between. Imagine God is in your heart. Let God's name be on your lips. Let God's thought be in your mind. Let God's love be in your being. Then Maya cannot touch you. Swami Shivananda, who gave sannyas to Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Chidananda, Swami, all those Krishna Devananda and many others, Satya Devananda or Satyananda, who started Bihar School of Yoga and so on. Worldwide, many organizations sprang up which are doing great work even today, were founded by some Swamis, and those a dozen of them were brought to spirituality and given sannyas by the kingmaker, Swami Shivananda of Divine Life Society, Rishikesh. His words they are, know God to be in your heart. Let his name be upon your lips. Name itself or a mantra. For example, you are fond of Krishna. Let Krishna be on your lips, name, or Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, whatever way. So what a powerful word. And that is the echo of this line. Aham Atma Gudakesha. Shankaracharya gives two meanings to Gudakesha. One is Gudaka means Nidra, Tasya Ishaha, Tasyaha Ishaha, Gudakesha. Arjuna had unbelievable control over sleep. So he was called Gudakesha. Or Gudaka also can mean lots. Dhanakesha, lots of hair. Arjuna had long, lots of hair upon his head. Either way. Sarva Bhuta Ashaya Stitaha. I am in the heart of everybody. Bhuta Ashaya Sarveshanam Bhutanam Ashaye Antaha Hridi, says Sri Shankaracharya. I am constantly, all the time, with not even a nanosecond missing, I am present in your heart. Shankara adds even Pratyagatma as the pure inner self. Just to discover your own inner self. Spirituality is not about discovering some God who is far away in some distant heaven, Vaikuntha or Kailasa. Those are all popular models, but scratch the surface. Spirituality is about discovering God who is in you, as you, deep inside. Pratyagatma, Nityam Dhyaya, constantly he should be meditated upon. Aham Adishcha Madhyancha, I am the beginning, I am the middle, Madhyam, I am the end. In addition, Bhashya says, I have already covered the Bhashya too. Tad Ashaktena, 99 out of 100, though told 100 times, cannot meditate that way. God is in my heart. They want to see God outside. All right. If you are Ashakta, you are incapable of seeing God in your own bosom, then Uttareshu Bhaveshu. In this chapter, Sri Krishna will mention many other glories. The primary glory, a cut above all others, is this. Therefore, 20th verse is the most important verse of this entire 10th chapter. Tadashaktena. Inside oneself, Atmarupena Sri Krishna yadi na chintyaha bhavati. You cannot imagine him, think of him, visualize him. Then okay. There are so many other forms. Think of him as Himalayas among mountains, Ganga among rivers. There's a long list. Uttareshu bhaveshu chintyaha aham. Yasmadahameva adihi bhutana. Karanam. Adi can mean time-wise or the cause. Madhyam, Sthiti, Anta, Pralayascha. This shloka, though put in a chapter which otherwise appears as highly devoted to bhakti, is very much highlighting jnana, jnana or pure wisdom of the self. In this way, this shloka is very prominent. Next class, we will take the other vibhutis. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.